Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Winter's Wish, continuing Kinji's route, and we set up a plan to capture Tatsunosuke. Sub! And we're just in chapter 7. We haven't made any choices or anything, so I don't know if this will get us our end in this part, or if we'll have a part after this, but we'll see. So, and then, the next day, it was finally time. Over 1,000 people were stuffed into the theater, many of them eating food or drinking merrily. And after the Celestial Maiden's robes had spread, pastimes such as these had become few and far between. As such, it appeared that many people had come to see the play. Of course, among the crowd were infectees and those who suspected they were infected. Those people were gathered in the front row seats. Aww, I love Yabuta. In that moment, I saw Yabuta amidst the crowd. Next to him, I could see Ruriko. Like we had discussed the day previous, Yabuta was guarding Ruriko. Meanwhile, Kinji was on standby backstage for preparations. That's good. It looks like they passed out all the talismans. Apparently, they were handing it out to everyone as a protective ward. That meant there were people wearing theirs close to their bodies like a ward, as well as people who carelessly placed them on the tatami. As I observed the audience, I walked to my seat and then... Oh my, if it isn't Spacey! You know, you being here is sus as fuck, is all I'm saying. I'm just saying! Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, the times where we've gotten a sprite in the route that is specific to the route, you know, so not Tatsunosuke and Ruriko, because they were part of the common route, right? Okuni is this one. They've been shady more often than not. Hanzo was shady. Shizuki was shady. The only one who wasn't was Chie. Chie had a sprite, right? I feel like I keep thinking she did, but like, she wasn't. Her kid kind of was, but that's because the god was possessing kids, but they didn't give the kids sprites. But like, you know, but like, so like, she was like the only one, but everybody else has been sus. So I mean, right now we're still at 2/3. And so I'm not feeling confident that you're not sus. And you were speaking to someone, and what would have been the point of that scene? You know what I mean? Where she's having her little, like, tryst with it, talking, whispering with someone, and we only hear bits and pieces of the conversation, and then that person jumps out the window, and it's like, it was Tatsunosuke, wasn't it? Maybe what... Is Hibiya your lover? Why would he be your lover? But you know what I mean. I don't know. But I mean, it's just sus, because... Again, if she is totally innocent and sweet and nothing, you know, she's just here for whatever reason, just to have another character, then why did they even bother with that? You know what I mean? Like, saying, like, oh yeah, no, I totally have a lover, and then having her talking to him, and then they were never gonna explain that, it seems pointless. So if she's involved somehow, that makes that scene... you know, more impactful. So I don't trust you is what I'm saying. But I also really want to trust that Tatsunosuke is still a good boy and he's just been possessed by you, evil demon woman, or something. You know? Anyway. Oh, goddamn. You gotta be fucking shitting me. The second I sit down to record, to fucking start getting spam calls. Sorry, bird. I know. You were all comfy. You could get comfy again. Anyway. Okuni... I walked through the crowd and approached Okuni. Hello. Hello. It seemed that Okuni's Kamuro were with her as well. Hello. I smiled at the two of them and patted their heads. I heard the Celestial Maiden's robes would be cured at this performance, so I brought some of the girls from the brothel. Wow, thank you so much. I expressed my gratitude to Okuni and sat next to her. Yeah, I mean, that sounds feasible and logical, but I still don't trust her, you know what I mean? My seat was in the center, so that my power of purification could reach the entirety of the theater. The two Kamuros sat to Okuni's left, After a while, the lights started being put out one by one. It's finally happening. Kinji and the other actors who had been waiting behind the scenes appeared on stage. Oh, I love the fact that we have Kinji's sprite dressed up like this. Stop it. Like, I'm sorry. No, but I know he's talking, so I can't minimize, but I just want to see him in his full glory, but it won't let me. Our meeting's a promise limited to the mortal realm. The River of Styx cannot stop anyone, nor can anyone stop it. Look at this. I love this. I love it so much. We did get a CG of him like this, so it's okay. But like my brain wants to be like, I need more. Ah, God, I love it. He's beautiful. I am just so, I mean, I don't know what I was expecting because to be fair, if he's going to be on stage, the way they have done the sprites in this game, especially with like Komame, right? Like, oh, I'm holding her hand. Oh, she jumped on his head. And they always have the bird involved. I'm not sure why my brain wasn't like, when this popped up, I was like, I wasn't expecting this, but it makes fucking sense. So much sense that they would do this because of the detail to the sprites that they've always put in, you know? And like, I am here for this. I am happy about this. Damn. I remembered that Kinji had said this exact line during a rehearsal. At the time, he hadn't been wearing a courtesan's costume, but now that he was, his seductiveness was hard to ignore. Right, girl? I couldn't help but forget about the mission. My eyes were glued to Kinji with the rest of the audiences. And then, as if to pull me back to reality, someone prodded my shoulder from behind. I turned around and met Otaro's eyes. He's like, stop fawning over, Kinji. Look, over there. Otaro was pointing at someone who appeared to be Tatsunosuke. Behind him were Tominari and Tojo, who looked like they were about to arrest Tatsunosuke at any moment. Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for! I'm curious as to why you're screaming this line, Spectator 1. Woohoo! Are you, like, excited about someone getting arrested? Or are you like, yeah, baby, bring out that hot dude and drag? Men have always been fucked up, haven't they? The audience suddenly let out a cheer, which I assumed meant that a popular actor had appeared on stage. But yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. I mean, that sounds a little gay, sir. Like, I'm just saying, although every single time Kinji shows up and the men fawn over him, it's like, I mean, go girl. Tominari, now! Right! Using the cheering crowd as cover, Tominari and Tojo leapt at Tatsunosuke. Tatsunosuke? What the hell that count? Stop moving! Perhaps Tojo's threat had worked, as Tatsunosuke was staying still without even trying to resist. That sounds sus as fuck, it's like he can't. Spacey! Right. If I'm gonna do it, then I have to do it now. I turned to the front, placed a hand on my chest, and focused my consciousness. I pray that everyone who has been infected by the Celestial Maiden's robes can be healed. And then I felt a slow warmth coming from within my body as if a fire was being lit. It ain't just going to end perfectly. Something's going to happen. Until now, my body would become hot and emanate light immediately, but it might be difficult to use my power because there were so many people. In that case, all I had to do was pray harder. Please, I'm begging you, save everyone from this disease with my power. Light spilled out from my hands and slowly started to spread. The robes! They disappeared! Mine disappeared too! Oh, God, thank you so much! You're welcome, but you don't have to call me God, it's fine. Cheers started to rise from the seats in front. The power of purification is working properly, but I can't let my guard down just yet. If I'm gonna save everyone, then I have to pray even more. I have to save lots of people. I have to save everyone here. The range of the purification had started spreading as I gathered from hearing cheers coming from the back. If I can keep this up. But I felt a slight pain in the back of my head, and stray thoughts started to mix in with my prayers. The heat felt as though it were boiling my blood, but there was no way I could end my prayers here. I pray that everyone's disease will be cured and that they can live on in peace and happiness. The light enveloped the entirety of the theater. No! Looks like Tatsu was also purified! Otaro's words let me know that the light had even reached Tatsunosuke. But I still can't relax. Tatsunosuke was the first case of the Celestial Maiden's robes. In other words, he was the culprit. Yeah, but nobody else could pass it on by touching people. He might have been the first case, but I feel like somebody Okuni, was blackmailing him and, like, there was something else going on. I don't know. Unless I prayed even more, I might not be able to fully purify him. I pray that Tatsunosuke... See, Okuni's screaming now, so that makes me sus. The next moment, a scream rose from beside me, and I was so startled that I lost concentration. Because it's purifying her, and she's evil. When I looked next to me, Okuni was hugging herself with both hands and letting out a terrible scream. Yeah, I don't know, this seems sus to me. Big sister, what's wrong? Big sister, hang in there! The two Kamura rubbed Okuni's back. Okuni wasn't infected with the Celestial Maiden's robes. Did my prayers cause some weird side effect only to evil? I'm not screaming for her again. It hurt. Okay. It hurts. Ah! Suddenly, a powerful gust of wind whipped up around Okuni. Did you see all the blackness that just popped up before we got a white screen? As I was near Okuni, the gust almost blew me away, but... Spacey! Thanks to Otaro grabbing my hand, I was spared from being caught up in the winds. Otaro, As I was about to say my thanks, an unbelievable scene appeared before my eyes. Black threads stretched all over the theater walls. Audience members caught in the threads hung from the ceiling. Yeah, those look like spider webs. This looks terrifying. This is like the shit of nightmares. Black threads! A strung-up audience member attempted to escape by struggling as... I know. Did you feel that... What the fuck was that? Or did you... What was that? We're talking about spiders, and then I'm like, this house has tons of spiders. I know, you got all like, and right as I felt something brush against my cheek, but it wasn't you. Did a spider fall on us from the ceiling? And then he's looking at the ceiling like something was up there. Did spider jump on us? I wouldn't put it past a spider to do that. They've been trying to do that to me for a while now. Seriously? The other day, okay. It was like a week or two ago, I don't know. I was sitting there on the couch and you see the little spider dangling as it's falling from the ceiling, and you're like, okay. But, go away, spider. Don't land on my table. Go, off. Run away. Fine. It's a tiny spider. He can go off on his own. And then I'm sitting there at one point. I'm sitting on my couch a couple hours later, whatever, and I'm like, what the fuck? Because the spider is on me. Why is it on me? Why the fuck was it crawling on my blanket? I screamed and launched that fucker, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Jesus Christ, spiders. I'm like, do not try to hug me. It's not cool. And I swear to God, it's probably the same damn spider. I don't know. Another one the other day was dangling from the ceiling again, and I was like, do not try to fucking touch me again. Stop it. I'm like, I let you live here. I'm not going to kill you because you're just tiny spiders. Whatever. Do your business. Eat the bugs. But, Jesus Christ, don't try to, show your appreciation by trying to climb in my lap. You're not a pet. Jesus. So, I would not be surprised if a spider just fucking... I know, and now you keep looking up at the ceiling. You keep looking up there like you see something. That is just that little screw in the ceiling. That's fine. That's not a spider. But, now I don't trust it, because I literally just felt something, touch my cheek, and I was like, what is that? But it wasn't the bird, because he wasn't moving. And then right as I was like, he is like, Arr! That's his bug spotting noise. I think it's you and me, it's subconscious because we see all the spider webs and the spiders and it's like, ugh! And there's spiders here. So it's just something in your brains that thinks that you saw a spider and you didn't see a spider. Because if there's one crawling on me right now, I don't want to know. Anyway, a strung-up audience member attempted to escape by struggling with his arms and legs. However... The black threads tightened around his body, and he fell unconscious shortly after. The same scene was playing out every which way I looked. When I looked closer, it seemed that they weren't just passing out. The black threads were also draining them of their energy. Slowly, the pale light that emanated from the captured civilians was absorbed by the black threads. So, like, the Celestial Maiden's robes was a way, like, to take their life force or whatever, the way you're sucking the life out of them right now. It wasn't so fast that they would die immediately, but it was easy to imagine that if we left them alone, they would surely wither and perish. Like a spider sucking the life out of a bug that it catches in his web. You've gotta be kidding. Ugh, what a pain. Yeah, he looks like he thinks it's a pain. That sounded sarcastic, but I meant it seriously. Otaro unsheathed his wakizashi and sliced up the black threads that were trying to wrap around us. Otaro, you can see the black threads too? Yeah, so these are the black threads you've been talking about? Speaking of which, one of the audience members also mentioned the black threads. Oh, right. Where's Ruriko and Tatsunosuke? Ruriko, don't move from there no matter what. Okay. Huh. It seemed that the two were fine thanks to everyone in the Oniwaban slashing away at the black threads approaching them. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. I'm just saying. Look who's got a mask and is evil as fuck. You know what? You didn't fool me, girl. I mean, for a little while I didn't think she was evil, and then I was like, but then Tatsunosuke, I don't know. If you hadn't set up Tatsunosuke and I mean, to be fair, almost every time we've had a character sprite in a route, they've been the villain. Okay? Except for Tojo. So, like, fair enough. I mean, I think that was pretty obvious. But also, like, I didn't want to believe Tatsunosuke would be evil on his own, and he's been manipulated or brainwashed. Puppeteered. You know? I just need him and Ruriko's love to have been real! What the fuck? You know? So, now I can blame you for it. Ow. My word! To think that it would all come to this! Okuni? Her breathing ragged, Okuni pushed her messy hair behind her ears. The refined movement was so beautiful that even I felt my heart skip a beat. But on her face was a mask, the telltale sign of a blightfall. Still, those words you handed out at the entrance, there must have been some sort of clever trick involved. I didn't even know you had this kind of power. She threw the talisman on the ground and smiled seductively. To purify such a large number of people is quite the feat. I'm quite impressed, even if we are enemies. Huh? Okuni is an enemy? Okuni, transformed into a blightfall, was standing right in front of me, so it must have been true. But even so, my mind couldn't process it fast enough. Monster! A monster's appeared! As that happened, oddly enough, a large crowd of townsfolk came pouring in from outside the theater. Oh my! We have more guests! Okuni wouldn't miss that chance. One by one, she ensnared them with black threads and instantly rendered them unconscious. I know you see my hand, you want me to pet you, but every time I try to touch you, you shriek and bite me because you have pin feathers, so I don't want to fucking pet you. I love you, but I don't want to fucking pet you because I don't want you biting me. Why is everyone running into a place as dangerous as this? Hey, a giant blightfall's manifested outside. We're going in as reinforcements, so I'm leaving this to you. After realizing what was going on outside, the entire Samurai Town team ran out. Crap! I didn't expect two Blightfall to appear at the same time. Ruriko, we're gonna make a break for Tatsunosuke's position. Yabuda used his sword to cut the black threads as he went over to Tatsunosuke with Ruriko. Tatsu! When she spotted Tatsunosuke, Ruriko raced over towards him. See, but he doesn't seem like he's moving, so it seems sus as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Tatsu! Tatsu, please! Oh, if I recall correctly, that man must be Ruriko's lover. If you hadn't purified him, Ruriko and that man would have lived happily as Blightfall together. Unfortunate that it's come to this. So yeah, she's trying to create more Blightfall. Then, Okuni, you were the one who transformed Tatsunosuke? Why would you do something like this? Why is a Blightfall rampaging outside? To add more to our ranks, of course. The one outside is my lover. You've heard his voice before, remember? Ah, okay. Well, see, I told you that scene was that there was a point to it. But I was like, I was thinking she was talking to Tatsunosuke, but then it does seem more like then they'd be plotting together as opposed to she's controlling him or, poisoned him, which she's kind of just poisoned him. So fair enough. He's always flighty and invisible like a ghost, but when push comes to shove, he always comes to my rescue, just like he's doing now. Invisible like a ghost sounds like Hibie's. All I'm just saying, that motherfucker could not have popped up in one route and tell me he's never going to pop up again. I'm just saying. So the culprit behind the string of Blightfall cases wasn't Tatsunosuke, it was Okuni. But how did she increase the number of infected? That must mean it wasn't the good luck charm that infected people with the Celestial Maiden's robes, right? Tatsu, are you awake? That voice. Is that Ruriko? Yes, I'm here. I'm so glad you're awake. The purification seemed to have completed without issue. Overcome with emotion, Ruriko hugged Tatsunosuke. Oh, I'm just so happy. I just needed their love to be real, okay? Tatsunosuke was also about to return the embrace when his eyes suddenly widened. What have I done? I feel like he might have been possessed. Do you remember any of it? Yes, it's foggy, but I remember. One day I started to lose track of my memories, and I felt an urge to perform the good luck charm on many people. Possessed. Which day was it? I think it was after I reported Ruriko's redemption to the people at the brothel she worked at. I believe I shook hands with everyone. I also shook hands with her! After he said that, Tatsunosuke pointed at Okuni. You're right. I held your hand and infected you with the Celestial Maiden's robes. I had you act as a distraction. The good luck charm was nothing more than a ruse to make you stand out. Judging by your expressions, it seems like you lot also believed Tatsunosuke was the culprit. I think I can call that a success. Even though you can't get infected with the Celestial Maiden's robes unless you hold my hand. Hold her hand? Oh no. Big sister. Will we turn out like that too? It's all right. Everything's fine. Okuni crouched down and tightly held each and every one of the Kamaro's hands. Yep. Now, I'll see you out to the front. Okuni smoothly slid her arm around Lord Hisakura's and smiled. But no! Having his arm held by a woman as beautiful as Okuni made it impossible for even Lord Hisakura to maintain the fervor he had moments ago. She held the hesitant Lord Hisakura's hand and left the room. I like how they've been pointing out she's been holding their hands the whole motherfucking time and like totally missed that. You know what I mean? Because it's just normal. Oh, she slipped out holding it. That like it's just not like I noticed that she was holding their hand. I noticed she they don't make it obvious. They make it just a natural thing that you're like, oh, they've been telling us the whole time that she's the one doing it. I mean, again, she has a sprite, therefore she's sus as fuck. But they do a good job hiding that she's the one that's actually been cursing people and not, oh, she was controlling Tatsunosuke. You know what I mean? She kind of controlled him to, give the, good luck charm to a bunch of people so everyone would suspect him while she's the one that's been doing it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I like it. It's good. Okuni, is it really too late to go check on Saki? I'm afraid so. You might get infected as well, so I can't risk taking you to the Toya. Yes, I suppose. Okuni took my hand as I hung my head and held it tightly. Yep, that's why I have it. So that's how I was infected with the Celestial Maiden's robes. Right, because it was like when we got it, we're like, he never gave us that. It's like, unless when we were unconscious, he came in and did. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I forgot. I was waiting for Kinji to show up in the. Dear fucking God, he's so goddamn beautiful and dressed like this. Jesus. It's everything I ever wanted in a man. Looks beautiful in drag. Damn. I see now that you're the true culprit. Yet I've never seen a Blightfall who kept their human form after their disguise was lifted, nor as large as the one on the outside. Okuni, just who are you exactly? Let's see. Okuni smiled in a captivating manner as she made her way towards the stage. The kabuki stage, which women were forbidden from stepping upon. As you well know, I am and have always been the form folk of Izumo no Okuni, the one and only. As soon as she spat out the words, Okuni began manipulating the robe she was wearing and assaulted Kinji. Kinji! But before she could reach him, Otaro immediately tossed two wakizashi towards Kinji from below the stage. Yes, she doesn't know Kinji can kick her ass. She thinks he's just beautiful. I'm sorry, but this beautiful bastard can kick your ass. She's very strong and she's possessed by demons or whatever the fuck. But like, so she's definitely strong and you know. But she thinks she can easily take him. You can't easily take my boyfriend. They can't easily take her because, you know, it's got to be a battle and it can't be easy, but still. Thank you. Kinji deftly received them and he looks so, oh my God, if he wasn't so fucking hot before, look at him in this fucking getup. Look at, Jesus Christ. This man makes me stupid, and then they dress him like this, and it makes me even dumber. He's like art. Thank God the air conditioning's on in here, because I need a fan, okay? It is way too hot. Jesus. Using the guard of the sword he was handed, he met Okuni's blow. Oh, you're surprisingly skilled. Of course. I would never go down so easily. More importantly, you shouldn't leave your weak point so exposed. In the next instant, Kinji unsheathed the sword and slashed at Okuni with godlike speed. Obviously, his target was the hairpin holding up her beautifully tied hair, her true form. He must have judged that aiming at her tag to save her life would be nigh impossible under these difficult circumstances. But the attack, too, was received with ease by her black robes. Such beautiful swordsmanship! It looks like we'll be having plenty of fun! She cackled as she immediately doled out slashes with her robes. From every angle, her robes seemed to be made of soft cloth, yet each strike was rigid, powerful. Ah! It was very unintent, but whatever. I don't think so. Kinji and Okuni's battle was playing out on the stage. Okuni fought in a way that resembled the kabuki dance she had shown me before. She would flaunt her robes woven from black threads as if dancing. On the other hand, Kinji wielded his sword with complete control and parried Okuni's attacks. The exchange of strikes left no room to breathe. As Okuni's robe spread out to protect her, it seemed as though Otaro couldn't find an opening to join in. But in the next moment, Otaro ran off as if he had an idea. It's so beautiful. The battle between the founder and the darling child of Kabuki was astonishingly picturesque. Despite the situation, I felt my breath being taken away. Right, because Kinji's so beautiful that even in this moment you're like, God, he's so hot. But the battle didn't last for long. Before I knew it, the tables had turned. As Okuni went on the offensive, Kinji was left defending against her attacks. Panicked, I started praying when I sensed that Kinji was being pushed back. Yeah, don't hurt my man. I'll fucking kill you, bitch. I don't have sword skills, but I'll learn them real quick. Please save Kinji. I'm begging you. This again. Gods, it's so irritating. I'm going to end this in one strike. As I thought, my prayers were rather effective. Okuni's beautiful face twisted and she attacked Kinji with even more aggression. That's not a good thing, but Ha! Okuni shout out her robes. I think it's supposed to be shot out, but that's shout. Okay. Okuni shot out her robes toward Kinji, but they were deflected by his blade. However, the deflective robe twisted like a living creature and attacked Kinji once again. Oh, no, I thought that was her, but it's him. Ha! I can't with the humming and the hawing and the huh! I am not good at battle noises. Kinji was skillfully defending himself with his two blades, but Okuni was only using her left hand to attack. I have no grudge against you, but you die here. No, he doesn't. Okuni raised her right hand high in the air. Her robes twisted and turned as it attempted to attack Kinji from behind at blinding speeds. At the last minute, he twisted his body and dodged the blow, but... Another robe forcefully struck his right arm. Kinji! Goodbye, Kinji. Okuni stroked the robe that returned to her and then raised her arm high. At this rate, Kinji... Though I was still praying, it seemed that it wasn't enough to restrain Okuni's movements. I'll just have to... Pray harder, distract her. I think we should try to distract her, because praying isn't working. I don't think praying is going to work. Do we have another save file? Oh, we do have another save file. Oh, no. Oh, no. One of these is we kill Kinji. And we accidentally had made a save file because I was looking at the wrong guide. Okay. I think it's Distractor. I feel like pray harder and Kinji's gonna die. Okay, it's Distractor. Okay. Oh, pray harder as Kinji dies. Or we do, I don't know. I breathed in and yelled in a voice loud enough to reach Okuni and the others. Ah! They're both like, excuse me? The two of them looked at me, wondering what was wrong. I see. Good thinking. Using the distraction, Kinji immediately regained his footing and dodged the attack. Impressive. Hey, did you forget about me? And then I heard Otaro's voice from above my head. Though I wasn't sure when he'd climbed up there, he was standing on one of the ceiling beams. That wasn't the only surprise. In his hands were an armful of lanterns. No way! One by one, Otaro dropped all the lanterns he was holding. This place is gonna go up. As soon as the lanterns hit the ground, they began to burn at an incredible speed. You're gonna kill all the people that are trapped in these threads, though. Scattered around were what appeared to be bottles of oil, which he apparently threw as well. The force of the flames was overwhelming, and they slowly began to burn up the black threads. However, there was a strange barrier around the audience that prevented the fire from getting through. Right, if a normal person holds a talisman, it amplifies the holy power they receive, so that must be what's protecting them. Okay, good. Alright, sure, I'll believe it. Because it's like you just lit the place on fire and all the people in here are gonna die. No, they got the little magic talisman, so they cool. Sure. Alright. I'll buy it. Whatever, at least you thought about it. You're not like, what about the people? Everybody made it out. Okay, that's bullshit. What the fuck? But it's like, there is a magic talisman, therefore they're okay. Alright. Sure. Okay. Alright. That's probably why Otaro did something so reckless. Or he just is a pyromaniac and likes to burn things. I don't know. I didn't expect anything less from the soothsayers who created the vessels. The talisman amplified the power of my prayers, so I had nothing but gratitude for the Oniwaban who had arranged for them. With most of her source of power now burned up, Okuni fell to her knees. Put her in a body bag, Kinji! Serves you right. Otaro proudly puffed out his chest. How dare you! Okuni gathered up what remained of the black threads and created a blade-like weapon. Otaro, dodge! Huh? Ah! She threw the weapon straight at Otaro. Otaro immediately dodged it, but there was only so much he could do from where he was standing. He lost his footing and slipped off the beam, falling down towards the stage. I'm falling! Captain Obvious. Uh, as soon as he saw Otaro, Kinji stabbed one of his swords onto the stage and ran. Look at how beautiful he is, Jesus. He then extended his free left arm to catch Otaro as he fell. How adorable! You have Kinji, who's dressed up like a female courtesan, catching a man falling off a beam. That's just going to look absolutely beautiful. Why is there no CG of that? I know we're not in it, but I still just want to see it because that's adorable as fuck. Beautiful woman just holding this tiny man. I feel like Otaro's probably taller than he looks. You know what I mean? But he just has adorable baby face, so you know what I mean? This beautiful, gorgeous woman holding adorable baby face man. I'm just... Stop it. We all want that in our life. You're picturing it in your head right now, and you're enjoying it as much as I am. Oh, I knew you could do it, Kinji. You're a lifesaver, man. It was a reckless move that only the physically capable Kinji could pull off. In the end, Otaro was safe. Kinji was about to return to his original position in order to retrieve his sword when... You fell for my ruse. My true target is... You, Spacey! With those parting words, Okuni sent forth a bundle of black threads towards me. Yeah, that makes me think, because I'm like, they're never going to tell us who her lover outside is, but if she is coming after me, well, she knows that I'm doing that. I feel like I might have been her target the whole time. Like, she knows who we are, you know what I mean? And who knows? Oh, Hibiye knows who we are. Spacey! Kinji retrieved the sword that was stabbed into the floor and was about to slash at Okuni, but he was a moment too late. Okay, so then the praying harder we might die? I just figured that was going to get Kinji killed. That would be way more devastating for me, but... Oh no, I can't dodge! Die! But at that moment, Otaro, who had already recovered, threw something from behind Kinji. It seemed that Otaro had thrown a kunai. As it sank deep into Okuni's shoulder, the black threads wrapped around me disappeared into dust. Another kunai was also thrown at her weak point, the hairpin, but her robes had managed to repel it. However, it was more than enough to create an opening. Meanwhile, Kinji ran towards me. Spacey, get behind me. Right. Otaro, I wasn't aware you could use throwing weapons such as those. I was practicing in secret. It's a shame I didn't hit the hairpin, though. You didn't know? That's sus as fuck. I'm just saying, Otaro's route is last, and there's a reason for it, and I'm just going to be sus of everything he does. You know what? Maybe he's just like, yeah, no, I act chill, and then he's secretly like, I love killing Blightfall. And he's actually just a little psychotic. And he really, really, really loves killing Blightfall. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine, girl. Go for it. I don't know. You know, I'm just saying, you didn't know he could use throwing weapons? And he's like, I'm practicing in secret. Sir? Why is that suspicious? You've done it now! Okuni ripped out the kunai and tossed it to the side before she started gathering black threads once again. And then let them loose towards Otaro. He must have used up all his kunai. Left with no other choice, Otaro took the full force of the blow and fell off the stage. She then brought the black threads back to herself and once again tried to attack me, but... Our ridiculously hot boyfriend is not going to let that happen. Kinji used his sword to stop that. You will not lay a single finger on her. Kinji. Battle between the two increased in ferocity, and even I thought I saw sparks flying. Kinji always protects me, so now it's my turn. As that feeling intensified, light began to pour out from my hands. And as it slowly enveloped Kinji... Kinji slashed through the weapon made of black threads, and Okuni's eyes widened. Not wanting to waste the opportunity, Kinji followed up with a series of attacks. Yes, please, Kinji, let us win! Even so, Okuni didn't attempt to surrender. As she slowly backed away, she barely managed to parry his strikes with her robes. I'm like, please, let us win! Oh. Oh, okay. All you had to do was ask, girl. Damn. What the fuck is wrong with her? Come on. What's the matter? Do you really think you can beg for your life after what you've done? That's not it. That's not what this is about. Hey, Kinji, you've always believed that we were incarnations of our owners, right? You've never doubted that fact. No, we weren't even allowed to doubt it. Because I'm the substitute of Izumo no Okuni, and you're the substitute of that hairpin's owner. As we were born from the feelings of our owners, I believed it was our duty as form folk to live as our owners willed. Okuni spoke in a fervent voice, choked out from the back of her throat as she slashed at Kinji with her robes. But Kinji would immediately cut that cloth down. When I met him, I found a new way of living. I realized that I'm not a substitute of Izumo no Okuni. I'm my own person. I'm just Okuni. You felt the same way, haven't you? After you met Spacey, you realized that you weren't the Onagata kin. You realized that... I feel like there's more text underneath. But it was cut off. Okay, no, okay. I feel like... Oh, yeah, you realized you were your own person, Kinji. Am I wrong? Yeah, the whole line is cut off. They really should have checked that. Because I wouldn't have noticed until it was like, you realize that. That's why, and I was like, that's weird because there's no, I could see the Kinji and the am I wrong, the tops of those letters on the text box, and I was like, why is there letters on the second half of that? Like, what the hell? Because, like, you could only see the capitals, like, poking up above. But you can't even see them on this, and I was like, because they're in the bottom, so, like, they did not. Okay, so, anyway, that's a fail. Tim, Ronald, did you not have anybody check this to make sure it didn't fall over the box and we could read it? But anyway. Yes, you realized you were your own person, Kinji. Am I wrong? Okay. That's why I can't die in a place like this. I have to survive and walk a new path with him. We were both entrusted with our owner's dying wills. You should understand this feeling all too well. Interesting. Our owner's dying wills. Huh. As if to answer Okuni's pained cry, more black threads appeared from her body. Reinforcing her robes, Okuni used the last of her strength to engage in a fierce battle against Kinji. That's right. Like you, I was too tied down by the dead. I was told to become a man more beautiful than any woman. I could not play any role other than Onagata. I wasn't even allowed to feel unfortunate about it. Due to certain circumstances, my heart was sealed away as well, so I suppose I was not as conflicted as you. Then I met Spacey, and when I saw her acting upon her emotions, I finally understood what it meant to be beautiful. Okuni, it's because I know how you feel that I must put an end to you here. I will defeat you and continue living my life with Spacey. At the same time he uttered those words, Kinji once again cut down the robes. And finally he cornered Okuni to the edge of the stage. It appeared that she could no longer weave together black threads. All that was left was to destroy her original tool, the hairpin, with the snow sacrament, but Kinji can't do the snow sacrament. I won't let you! As if it were her final stand, Okuni launched her black threads at me. But they didn't have the same speed as before. Like, I just, like, casually, like, step to the side and you're like... And then 2 minutes later they fall where you were and you're like, yeah, no, I got this. Ah! It was easy to cut down Okuni's true form, the hairpin. That's true, he doesn't really need the snow sacrament, to be fair, because if you destroy the object a form folk comes from, whether you're... anyone can do that. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be Oniwaban because it's one of those like with the snow sacrament. I don't think he can perform that anymore though because his heart's kind of unsealed. So with the tool that was really lame, I know. My energy's a little low right now. With the tool that served as her other body sliced in half, Okuni let out a heartrending scream. That was not a heartrending scream. Her eyes wide open. Her eyes wide open, she collapsed to the ground. Simultaneously, cheers erupted from outside. It seemed that the massive bladefall rampaging outside had also been safely eliminated by the Oniwaban. You... you... Okuni... If you hadn't interfered, I would have been able to walk a new path with my lover. Little by little, Okuni's body started to fade away, and the hairpin that gave birth to her, as well as the wooden tag around her neck, started to crumble. Okuni! What are you doing? Let's let go at once. I will not! Spacey. No! Why are you so obsessed? May I remind you that Okuni tried to kill you? I know, but if I don't do anything, Okuni will disappear as a blightfall. I owe her a debt. When I infiltrated the brothel as a courtesan, she took care of me. She treated me very well. I was able to complete the mission in part because she was there for me. Okuni's not a bad person. In fact, I think this happened because she was kind-hearted. You should know this more than anyone, Kinji. That is... I want to save Okuni. Even if you try to stop me, I will pray for her. I placed my other hand to my chest and prayed with all my might. And then, light appeared from our clasped hands, enveloping Okuni as she was disappearing. The hairpin. Her body continued fading, but little by little, the hairpin started to regenerate. As it did so, a blinding light filled our surroundings. It's kind of interesting that she's trying to save her, you know? But, like, I don't want her to die as a blightfall. Makes sense. Like, let's have her die as who she was before. Right, this, you know? Okuni's eyes slowly opened. I don't think we should leave her. I don't think she should get to still exist, though. You know what I'm... You can't really put her in jail. I don't really know what to do with her, but I mean, like, I wouldn't trust her to not do the same thing again. Her eyes no longer reflected the insanity of a blightfall. Her gaze was clear. I caused quite a bit of trouble for you two. Coughing is bad. Okuni? Oh, darling, you're just too good-natured, worrying over me when I tried to kill you. You're just like him. I'm a little tired. I worked for so long as Okuni. I think I've earned a rest. A happy smile appeared on Okuni's face, and she slowly closed her eyes. All that was left was the hairpin, which looked brand new. Spacey, please show me your arm. Kinji grabbed my wrist. He slowly and fearfully pulled back my sleeve. The mark disappeared. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this. He's all bruised and battered and beaten up and dirty, but like, we get another CG of him dressed like this, and look at her little face. She's got the tiniest, you can see a teeny little smirk, but you can see it in her eyes, she's just like, It's not because the bruise disappeared, it's because Kinji has got you wrapped in his arms, and you're like, he's so pretty. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh, I love it. Spacey. He pulled my arm and hugged me tightly. I'm saved. Ow! Kinji, can you relax your hold? I'm hugging you this hard on purpose. It's all water under the bridge now that the case is solved. But you mustn't be so reckless. I beg you, never do something like that ever again. I truly felt like I would die at the thought that I might lose you. Kinji. I know how that feels. I really do love you so much, Kinji. Can I stay with you forever? Kinji blinked at my sudden confession, but he immediately gave me a soft smile. You always have been irresponsible. I suppose I have no choice but to keep an eye on you. I can't let you be too reckless now. As I expected, he didn't reply with an I love you, but those words were more than enough. We'll always be together, Kinji. Someday I'm gonna need you to say it. Huh. I heard the sound of clapping and exchanged glances with Kinji. Whoa, is it me or is it getting hot in here? It was getting hot in here the second Kinji walked out on stage dressed like this. Congratulations, you two! They were like, is it getting hot in here? It's two ladies kissing. Kinji's just a man in a dress, right? But still, I mean, he's dressed in drag, so I get it. It seemed that the audience had also woken up. One by one, they got up and gave us a resounding ovation. Kinji and Spacey, eh? I think they're perfect for each other. Don't you think so too, Rodiko? Yeah, but they're not as perfect as us. I love you so much, Tatsu. I'm just so happy they're together. Hey, come on, Rodiko. We're in public. You two stirred up your own share of trouble, mind you. You have some nerve acting so lewd in public as if nothing happened. You Buddha. You have some nerve acting so lewd in public. Come on now. You shouldn't be jealous just because you don't have a partner. I'll love you too, you Buddha. Don't worry. I got plenty of love to go around. There is plenty of room in the man harem. Don't even. I'm not jealous. I don't have any intention of finding someone like that to begin with. A bachelor forever. Sounds wonderful. I love how I just read him with this bitchy. A bachelor forever. It sounds wonderful. Really doesn't sound like you think it's wonderful. Don't worry, man. One day you'll find that perfect someone who'll say, hey, I want someone like Kyuhiko. You know, a real piece of work. It hurt. It hurt laughing. I pulled a muscle. Jesus. Oh, I already had a, pulled muscle in my chest and, laughing made it hurt even more. Shit. Ouch. But Otaro is calling us all out. For anybody who's a Yabuta fan, he's like, you guys are real pieces of work. What do you mean by that? Hey, don't you run from me, Otaro! I love them so much. Though we just barely made it out with our lives, somehow it doesn't quite feel like it. Still, it feels like everything's finally at peace. It's all finally over now. Surrounded by the cheers and applause, I gently leaned my body against Kinji's. Aww. The end. Final chapter. Oh. I'm debating. We're definitely but we don't have that much time, and I know the final chapter is going to take a little bit. Plus, then we got to check out all of our CGs and stuff like that. So I might save the final chapter for the next part. So, also because we've had with Kinji's route several parts that have gone on very long. And I'm a little behind. And I've got a lot of stuff that I got to do this week that I'm recording this stuff. And I'm if I gotta so I don't really want to do an hour and a half long part if I can stretch it out into 2 parts. You know what I mean? To try to give myself a little bit of a buffer. So I am gonna stop here and cockblock us all. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.